The Graham Norton sofa, that plush crimson throne of British late-night levity where A-listers spill secrets amid infectious laughter, welcomed a powerhouse lineup on Friday evening, transforming BBC studios into a confessional for Hollywood's high-wire acts. At the epicenter sat Glen Powell, the 37-year-old Texan heartthrob whose chiseled jaw and easy charm had propelled him from Top Gun Maverick co-pilot to leading man in Edgar Wright's audacious reboot of Stephen King's The Running Man. Powell, clad in a sharp navy blazer over a Henley that hinted at his gym-honed physique, dove headfirst into tales from the set, his anecdotes laced with self-deprecating wit that had the audience roaring. Central to his revelations was a stunt sequence that pushed exposure to literal extremes, abseiling 8 stories down a rain-slicked skyscraper in sub-zero temps, harnessed but otherwise half-naked, his modesty preserved only by the illusion of fabric. "Believe me, nothing looked good," Powell chuckled, his drawl thickening with mock horror. "The harness," he explained, cinched like a medieval corset, compressing anatomy in ways unflattering to even the fittest frame. But the real kicker? A crew member's singular duty, preventing mid-descent boot from shattering a window below. "I found out after there was a guy whose only job was to stop me kicking a window, which means he was looking up my skirt all night," Powell quipped, air quotes around skirt, eliciting howls. Take after take, I wondered what he was seeing. The image, Powell, windswept and vulnerable, dangling like a human piñata, humanized the action hero archetype, reminding viewers that behind the explosions lay very real discomforts. This candor extended to wisdom imparted by stunt maestro Tom Cruise, the 63-year-old daredevil whose mission, impossible feats redefined peril. What Powell anticipated as a brisk 10-minute pep talk ballooned into a 2.5-hour masterclass. "He basically told me how not to die," Powell recounted, eyes wide with awe. Cruise, ever the method mentor, dissected survival mechanics, harness angles, fall trajectories, the physics of freefall. But the gem? Running coaching. He said, "You should film yourself running because you don't look as cool as you think you do." He was so right. Powell mimed an exaggerated jog, arms flailing comically, drawing parallels to his Twister's sprints. This exchange, born of their Top Gun brotherhood, underscored Cruise's cult-like dedication. A man who, at 60+, still scales Burj Khalifas without doubles. The Running Man, Wright's dystopian pulse-pounder set in a near-future America of corporate overlords and gladiatorial TV, marked Powell's plunge into King's sardonic satire. The 1982 novel, penned as Richard Bachman, skewers media voyeurism through Ben Richards, a framed everyman hunted in a lethal game show. Arnold Schwarzenegger's 1987 adaptation, a testosterone-fueled romp with Yaphet Kotto villains, grossed $38 million on a shoestring but divided critics. Wright, the Baby Driver auteur whose kinetic style marries soundtracks to story, envisioned a grittier, visually kaleidoscopic take. Immersive AR chases, diverse runners, and social commentary sharpened for 2025's algorithm age. Powell, as Richards, channels blue-collar fury, his half-naked rappel a metaphor for stripped dignity in surveillance states. Seeking Schwarzenegger's nod, Powell approached the 78-year-old icon with deference. "I didn't want to tread on his legacy without speaking to him," he shared. Arnie, ever the bon vivant, blessed the project with avuncular warmth but confessed action fatigue. "It's a brutal way to go to work. I preferred Kindergarten Cop and Twins." The anecdote highlighted genre evolution, from Arnold's one-liners to Powell's emotive grit, reflecting Hollywood's shift toward character-driven thrills. The sofa's eclectic mix amplified the evening's sparkle. Michelle Yeoh, 63, fresh from Wicked, For Good's Emerald Sorcery, regaled with tales of aerial wire work, her Oscar poise undimmed. Rosamund Pike, 46, the Ice Queen of Gone Girl, disclosed a pre-filming panic email to Cruise, her Jack Reacher collaborator, at 4 a.m., "I wasn't up to the role and I was terrified." His reply? A dawn missive of encouragement, "You've got this and you are ready." It was such a significant gesture from someone with such a level of fame, Pike marveled, her diction crisp as cut glass. Jack Whitehall, the 37-year-old comic whose travels with My Father Rhinus charmed Netflix, bantered on parenting pitfalls, while Ed Sheeran, 34, closed with a live rendition of Camera, his acoustic strums segued into album teases. Autumn Variations follow-ups laced with marital bliss. Powell's vulnerability, from harness indignities to Cruise's tough love, peeled back the leading man veneer, revealing a performer as relatable as rugged. In The Running Man he runs not just from killers but complacency, a pursuit mirroring his ascent, from Scream Queen's snark to Hitman's rom-com reinvention. As Norton's laughter faded, Powell's stories lingered, a reminder that true stardom lies in the falls, naked and unflinching.